Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Autumn, and today I'm just going to do a simple craft with me sort of day. I started work on this butterfly tuck that I'm making just from scraps, fabrics, and lace, and I thought, well, why don't I just do a video on it? so so I started here with just scraps. As you can see, my base is this felt. It's just the basic felt that you can get at the craft store. And then I just covered it with this vintage cotton fabric and then layered, I'm just beginning to layer with these lace bits. So as you can see, I've been doing really small stitches, which I really admire. And then a few little decorative stitches as well. So let's just see what we can come up with here. I'm just going to do a little bit more layering. I don't want to cover up all the blue because I think it's quite pretty, but I think the majority of it I want to be covered and or just peeking through. So, and then maybe we'll add a few buttons and beads and a flower or something like that. So okay, so I've got this already cut out that I had decided long ago, so to speak, that I wanted in here. So let me go ahead and let me see. It can be hard to tell what's the right side sometimes with these appliques, but here we go. I think that's where because I can't really see anywhere else where I think it would, well, that kind of would be nice too, but I got like two roses kind of in the same spot, so I don't know if I want to do that. And I like seeing this blue here. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it over here. Well, those roses are pretty close too, aren't they? But I guess I kind of like it over here better. Now, fitting it just right, that's the... I don't know. Yeah, it just looks too stark over there. It's okay. It's okay to have two things near each other. I kind of like that look. It looks very quaint and charming. So I'm going to put that there. And let's see. Kind of tip that a little bit. And let's just kind of that there. Okay. And I'm going to start from the bottom here. And I'm going to, hopefully you guys can see that. I tend to hold my work when I'm usually working, when I'm not on camera. I hold it very close, and I hold, because I do such small stitches and I usually use small bits of fabric when I'm working, I tend to hold my stuff very close and have my fingers very close to my work. So I apologize if you can't really see it so well, but I think I'm doing okay with letting you see. So now, because this is such a big, like chunky little applique, I am kind of spacing my tacks out. If you can see here, I'm not really going right next to the last stitch that I made. I'm just kind of spacing them out, because it will, if you make your stitches too close to one another with something like this, it will lessen the integrity of your piece, and it will start to not be so distinct as to what it is, if that makes any sense. So I mean, this rose won't look as defined, you know, if you make too many tacks in, you know, too close to one another. So okay, and we're just gonna work our way around this. There we go. And there we go. I'm just real touchy with my stuff. I actually don't use a thimble at all, and that's because for me, I really like how thimbles look. I think they're quite charming, but for me, thimbles are just kind of get in the way. And I actually don't mind feeling the needle on my skin. It just kind of helps me to gauge where things are. A lot of times, I don't know if you noticed, my thumb is kind of covers the piece as I'm bringing the needle up from behind. And that just helps me to, yeah, gauge it, feel it. I like to feel every bit of what I'm doing. And I'm very tactile. So yeah, every once in a while I will stick my thumb in there and feel around to see where things are coming up from. Or you had to push down a piece of fabric like I had to do here. So one of the things that I do like with what I do with the hand stitching and the little bits is I like the little, you see how these are kind of puckered up or kind of domed, the little bits. I like how that looks. And I don't need everything to be super flat, because for me, that just kind of takes away from the character of the piece. It just kind of makes it a little more uninteresting. Okay, so I'm going to remove this because I think I've got enough tacked down to where I don't need that pin anymore. So now I'm just going to continue on. Let's see, where did I stop? I'm just going to kind of skip up to about here, right about there, and continue on. Normally I wouldn't work this fast. I'm kind of one of those stitchers who I like to take my time and just enjoy the piece, but for the sake of the video, I am going to try and work as fast as possible. And I'm also going to possibly edit some of this, you know, so that it doesn't take up too much time. Okay. I turn my pieces a lot. It just helps me to make more precise stitches and for things to lay down the way I want it to. Let's see. I love stitching. I love hand sewing. I do have a really nice sewing machine. A sweet elderly lady gave me a really nice sewing machine. And it's a Bernina. And it's like worth $6,000. And bless her heart, she gave it to me. But I don't use it unless maybe I'm making like tote bags or something like that. And most of my tote bags, they have hand stitching on them. Like I'll hand stitch or hand quilt the pocket, or, you know, do some really nice hand stitched decorative work or something like that. But I guess the bones of it, of the tote bag, I'll go ahead and use a machine. But it's hard for me to use sewing machines. I don't know why. A part of me in my own mind just feels like I didn't do it by hand. And I did used to quilt and make tote bags and things like that by hand. Even made an apron by hand with just all of the different tucks and trims that you have to do. I did it all by hand, but I understand why sewing machines are very, very helpful. They definitely save so much time. But for me, I'm that type of person who really, really likes taking the time to do my crafts. Ugh, you guys, I apologize if I keep getting out of focus, and you know, this is just one of those things that just, it takes, I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to skip over to the bottom of this blossom here and then start up on this side. Okay. How do you think? How do you think it's coming so far? I like it. For me, I just think every stage is nice, even if it has that undone look. I just like the process, the journey. I think I like that more than having my projects done. Let me see. This is really, I'm gonna have to get used to holding things the way I do on camera, because it's just not what I'm used to. But hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing well. My goodness. There we go. This is definitely one of those projects that takes patience. But if you like quiet stitching, you can do this while you're watching a movie, or just out in your garden, or on, maybe you don't have a garden but a porch or patio, something like that. It's very relaxing. See, perfect thing to do on a Sunday afternoon. So I don't know if it's afternoon yet, but Sunday morning. I'm usually in church, but I just didn't feel so great. Okay, so there. Now, let me turn this. There we go. That's on. So I'm going to turn it around and just kind of do one of these run tie-offs here. And then I'm going to slide it through one more time. There we go. And then I will... Okay, so we got that done. What do I want to do next? Let's see. Okay. Now, I have this antique J&P Coats strand sheen, and this is like an embroidery floss, obviously, but it has the look of silk. It's not real silk, but it's got that look. And I think I want to do just a few simple things. I don't know, maybe I might want to leave this edge on this piece raw, but maybe not. Maybe I want to do a little something here, or maybe some French knots here, or something just to kind of tie things together, because it's, you know, I just want to tie things together. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably take maybe just one strand from this and see what I can come up with as far as some decremental kind of stitches. Let's see here. Let's do right about there. And I will pull this out. There we go. Set that aside. I'll toss it aside. Okay, and so now what I'm going to do, let's see, I need an embroidery type of needle. So I'm going to grab this one right here. Okay. And I usually just kind of wet it. And here we go. Oh, you guys, I hope my voice isn't too soft today. I'm just kind of so relaxed, and it's kind of one of those days where it's just, you know, just a take it easy kind of day, I guess. I don't want to say yawn day, but it's just one of those days where you just kind of go, I'm not really feeling super energized, but it's a nice day. It feels good, and just one of those calming, relaxing days. And it's hard for me to get all jazzy when I'm feeling this way. It's a great feeling. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I think since I'm such a precise person, I'm going to use my disappearing ink and I'm going to create some dots here because I want to do some French knots. And I care about where my dots end up. I care very much. Okay, let's see. How's that looking? Huh? Is there enough room for one there? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it'll matter, especially if I cover it up with something else, but still I'll know it's there, right? Okay, I think I might not do all those dots, but I think most of them I will do. Probably like that. At least the ones that are super dark. Okay, so that's what I got so far. Let me put the cap back on that so it doesn't dry out. Okay, so I'm just gonna start up from the bottom. Get to one of these dots here. And then I think I'll do 1, 2, how many dots? I think, or twists. I think I'm going to do 2 twists because I don't like my French knots very big. So there's that one. Come up from the bottom. Let me see if I can move in a little bit closer here. This is tricky doing it on camera. My goodness. There we go. You see how I do that? I guess I assume everybody knows how to do French knots, but I shouldn't. So with a French knot, you want to just come up from the bottom with your needle, pull through, and do, usually with a French knot, you do 2, or you can even do just 1 twist, but the average is about 3. And then you, once you wrap the thread around, then you're going to stick it back, not in the exact same hole, but very close to the hole where you brought your needle up. And that's a French knot. You want to pull it nice and tight, but not too tight to where you'll pull everything right back through the fabric. Okay, let's do another one here. Okay. And then I'm just going to do 2 wraparounds and then back in and pull through. There we go. And then let's go here. Oh, sorry you guys if I'm out of focus here. 1, 2, and then down. Oh, you guys, gosh. Man, let me get this. It seems to be focusing back here. There. Let me, okay. Yeah, now I made a knot. Okay, pull out. There we go. There we go. And it's good enough. Okay. And then, how's that looking? Am I in focus still? I can't quite see because the bar on my tripod thing covers up a lot of my screen. Some of it. There we go. Kind of go a little further away from this dot. I know what I need to do. I need to learn to try and see what I'm doing through the camera. Pull through. There we go. Okay. Ooh. 1 and 2. Kind of experimenting here with the views from the camera. Okay, let's do one more right about here. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. All right, 1 and 2, and back through. Come on. There we go. These, I'd say for me anyway, 2 is about, the 2 is good. 2 twists is good. How's that looking? Maybe I should do one more. I don't know. I don't want it to go too far. Nah, no, this is good. This will work. Okay, so then I'm just going to turn it around, and then I'm going to go probably through here, pull, And then there we go. And then I'll just do like kind of a in and out kind of a thing like that. And then pull through. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. I'd say that turned out pretty good. Now, what do I want to do here? Let's see. I could do either French knots or some kind of something around the edge of this. I don't know if that might actually make it pop a little bit more if I use that color, this color, to go around here. Yeah, okay, I think I'll do that. I'm gonna do some, should I do that or should I do some beads around the edge? I don't know, part of me feels like if I do some beads around the edge, it might be too much. I could do beads kind of sprinkled out throughout the inside of it, but let's see. Well, while I am, no, don't do any buttons or anything yet. See if I can do something over here. I just kind of like how everything looks already. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to do so much where you can't really tell what's going on. Let's see, I've got these antique shell buttons. That's a little too bright. Which, let's see, no. This is pretty tiny here. It's kind of cute. Oh, this one's a vintage plastic one. That looks a little, I don't know, it might look a little tacky, but I actually like it. I feel like it's more pronounced and you can tell it's a button, where the other ones I felt like they just sort of, I don't know, blended in a little bit too much or got lost. So I'm going to use this, and this is like an antique thick twisted cord. It's very pliable, but I don't know. I think it works better for these buttons because you have to do too many pass-throughs when you don't use thick enough cord. So I'm going to go ahead and just sew this on. Get to work. Get going here. Let's see. For me, I'm just okay, let me feel where this is coming from. Just a simple sew, Let me turn it which way I want. There we go. Push it back on in. All right. Okay. So I'll do a few pass-throughs, but this is just nice and strong. Oh, I love how strong it is. And I like the color of it too. The color is very, very warm and just, I don't know, something about a dark cream color that's very comforting to me. Okay, I think 3 pass-throughs is good enough, and that's nice and strong and it's on there pretty good. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to pass this through the threads that I sewed the button on with on the back. There we go. And then pull, and I'll do a loop like that, nice and tight. And then I'm just going to do another pass through, just the felt underneath. Okay, and then do a nice cut off here. Okay, now what do I want to do? That's what we have so far. It's coming along. I do have a flower that I made and a leaf, but I don't think I want to put those on quite yet. Oh, where's the leaf? There it is. Just because after you put these on, you have to be careful, really extra careful where you put your hands, because I don't like to, I mean, they're pretty, you know, strong, but I don't like to press on them too much just because, I don't know, I'm like that, I guess. It's not going to ruin them. Okay, so let's see. I do want to at least gauge and see where I might put the flower and leaf. Let's see. No, that's not going to work. I think that's too much there. Like I said, I really want to show a lot of the blue, a good amount of it anyway. Can you tell I like roses? Okay. That seems more balanced to me. Boy, I really like those French knots. Ugh, look at that. You can actually see the French knot through the leaf. That's really pretty. I wonder if I can work on this while I've got it. I mean, I work on other aspects of it while I've got this pinned. That might help me to get a good vision of what I'm doing. Okay. Now what? I don't want to put too much, that's for sure. Let's see here. It might be nice to do some French knots around this edge here. I don't know. Let's see. What else? What else can I find? Maybe a twig stitch kind of a thing here. What can I do around here? Maybe some more French knots and something going around here. I think French knots might be really nice. It just might look like a whole bunch of little tiny blossoms everywhere. And that's a way that I could fill things in without doing, like, covering too much. So I think I might do that. I think I might do some French knots just to add a little bit. Maybe just French knots kind of all over. Okay, so this is where I might edit it so you guys don't have to watch all of this. I might kind of cut it here. I'll keep talking though in case. Or do you want me to keep talking? I don't know. Okay, here it is. This is how it looks with all the French knots. I'd say that looks a lot better, a lot brighter. I really like that. And so now I think what I'm gonna do, I'm not sure. I thought maybe I might kind of do a little something like this underneath the flower just to soften things up. Let me see. Yeah, maybe I'll do kind of like a little running stitch or something. Let's see. What side looks better though? Is it this side or probably that side? Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is a little running stitch, just kind of through here, just to make kind of a gather, because I want something under that flower that I'm going to put there. So just kind of gathering it here, trying not to poke myself. And there we go. It's a little bit of a gather there, and then maybe spread it out a little, but just kind of, you see, I want a little something to kind of soften this, all this white in here, which is really pretty, but I don't know, too much can be too much, I guess. Let's see. Let me make sure that's kind of the right spot in there. Yeah, I think that might do me. Let me see. At the right side for the rose, for the leaf. Okay, yeah, I think this is good. I think that's a good spot. So I'm gonna just kind of, well, first off, I'm gonna slide this over a little bit. I'm gonna tack it right there. We'll just stick a pin in there, and then I think right about here, I'm gonna stick a pin here, and then I'm just going to go back. Here we go. I'm gonna go back and then just stick my needle right there, just like that, and then I'm gonna just come up and tack it down where I can. Let me move this out of the way. Feels like that's catching on the back. There we go. See? Do that one. Ooh. There we go. And then let's do another tack right about here. Make sure it's not catching on the back. There we go. Right about there. And you look on the back again, make sure it's not catching. Okay, another one here. Going a little closer. There you go. All right. I think I can take this out now. Okay, and then probably the last tack right about here. Yeah. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay, so I'm going to come around the back here, and then I'm just going to tie it off. Nice and tight, and then just run it through here. Oops. Okay. Okay, so there's the front before I've got the flower, and I see a little tail here, so I'm going to just snip off a little bit more of that. Okay, so there we go. I've got this kind of little skirt thing here going on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my leaf where I want it, kind of eyeball things here, and then see where my flower might go. I think that looks good. So now I'm going to stick a pin in my leaf. Okay, and then I'm going to, normally I would use like a thread that's pretty much the same color as the leaf, but I didn't think that all the way through. Yeah, give me a second. Let's see here. That's not the exact same color, but it is green, and it's not bright green like that one. So I'm going to take some of this here. Let me just put that needle there. Take just a little of this. Old dandy. That's cute. Okay, and then I am going to thread my needle. Oh, okay. Tie the knot. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's tacked down, or well, it's not tacked down, it's just sticking down for now with a pin. So I'm going to tack it down, I guess what I meant to say. Ooh, don't poke yourself. Okay, so let's just kind of make our little stitches here and about. I'm not going to, obviously I'm not going to stitch the whole thing down, but I'm going to make tacks here and there to secure it. Go. I think another tack probably right about here. And then you can do tacks in the middle of the leaf as well. I'm going to move this now. I think I don't need it anymore. Okay. I'm all about removing pins as quickly as possible, just because they can certainly get in the way. Let's do a couple of little tacks, little mouse tacks, mouse stitches in here, just to kind of secure things. Let me see, I'm going to go all the way over here now. Yeah, and then make a tack here. And then, let's see, I think maybe one more here should do me. And then that's about where I need it in order for it to be secure but still have some movement. There we go. That looks good. Just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to go around and then secure the back. Run through the fabric and then tie. And then I think I'll just do a little run through here. Like that. Oops. Okay. All right, so I got that. Now it's time to put the flower on. Okay, so there we've got the leaf. I'm going to set this aside, and I already have my purple pre-threaded. So I'm going to take this flower here that I made, and I'm just going to kind of, there we go, place it where I want it. I think that looks good. And then I'm going to come up from behind with my needle, kind of right in the center, and then go back down, just, there we go. I don't need too many of these tacks. I think since I might secure it with a bead in the center, all I need is probably like 1 or 2 tacks to put it in. So I think I'll just do 2 just to be safe. I don't really like how big that stitch turned out, so I might take it out. I think I'll pick that stitch out because I don't like how big it looks. I like seeing my stitches on some work, but on a lot of work I don't like seeing them at least so big like that. I like mouse stitches. Unless it's the decorative sorts of stitches, then I like to see those. So let's do a mouse stitch here. Real tiny. My goodness, can we get in focus, please? There we go. Sort of. Sort of, but not quite. There we go. All right. That's gonna have to do. I think that will There we go. I like that. That's much better than that other stitch that I did. Okay, so now we're just going to turn this around, and then we're going to tie that off, and then slide, do running. Where we go? Right here. It's a little tough in here. There we go. All right. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see what we've got here. Whoa. Okay. Oh, that looks nice. I like it. I like that a lot. I'd say this video is probably long enough. What do you think? I think I might do a part 2. I think I'll do a part 2 on this, and we can do some more work. Okay, well, thank you. I hope that wasn't too tedious, and I hope that that was easy to understand. There were definitely some parts in the video that were a little too long, so I needed to shorten them for viewers' sake. And so anyway, join me if you'd like for part 2 of this. If you haven't already seen my other videos, please go ahead and check those out. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you liked at least the tutorial, so to speak, or the, I don't know, just the crafting time we shared together. And then just, yeah, comment if you like. So if you like this video, then give me a thumbs up. If you'd like, go ahead and comment and share this video. And if you want to see other videos where I do different techniques or show tips and tricks or tutorials, then subscribe and click the notification bell, and you'll be alerted when I have new videos coming up. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.